Hey folks, today we are taking a look at something that is completely new to me, and that is Bandai's LBX line. Specifically, we're taking a look at LBX Odin. Now, LBX is a brand new line in Japan, or I should say it's going to be a brand new line here in the US. It's been in Japan for 1 or 2 years. The reason I picked up LBX Odin is I got this guy off Amazon.com, and it's the only one I could find with free shipping. Now, I tried looking for a bunch of other LBX figures, but that didn't go so well in the shipping department. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. The figure itself is a model that you assemble. In fact, most LBX toys are of this ilk. It also comes with its own stand, and these white pieces down here on the stand are actually extra bits for the transformation. This figure transforms into a flight mode. I really like this figure. I think the figure looks amazing. There are some stability issues standing up, but thankfully, the stand that it comes with completely mitigates those issues. Overall, the figure looks really cool, and the stickers, while a little bit of a pain in the butt to apply, really add some nice depth to the figure. As I said, the figure looks really good in robot mode, and the posability is up there in quality as well. Head is on a double series of ball joints, so you've got plenty of movement there. Shoulders are on ball joints that have a lot of clearance. The section just below the shoulder pad is on a hinge. Then there's a hinge for forward and back movement at the elbow, and a ball joint at the fist. Torso articulation is just a single piece of polycap plastic. Hips are on ball joints, and then there's a swivel joint right underneath that. And there is a little bit of a bend in the knee, but this is due to this rear thruster at the back of the thigh, but that has to do with the transformation. And then the feet, ankles are on ball joints, and then there's a ball joint at the toe. However, the big problem with this figure is, one, the ball joints have a tendency to fall off everywhere. They are polycap joints, which are the same if you've ever built a Gundam figure, those really soft little plastic connectors. It's the same kind of connectors we have here. However, this figure is meant to be pulled apart and recombined with other figures. And I'll show you that here on the box itself. So as you can see, you've got what is known as the Achilles, that's this base unit here, and then some other bits that are all combined together and parts swapped out. And here are the parts for Odin with the lower parts of Achilles and the weapon, and then the head from somebody else. So it is meant to be mixed and matched. And that works. I like that idea a lot. Now, as I said, this is a model kit, similar to Gundam 144 series. It's not a very big figure, so here he is with Air Commander Starscream from the Fall of Cybertron line. He is a little bit shorter than that, but he is very well detailed and very cool. I wish I had a Gundam marker, or the marker that would go with this figure, because getting him off the runners, while very easy and can be done easily by hand, does leave some marks. You can see it here on the shoulders, and you can see it in some other spots. Overall, though, the figure is good, but it does have some standing issues. Especially if you just touch it, it'll just fall back because of these wings, which have a tendency to pop off at the drop of a hat. If you remove the wings, it is a very easily posed figure, and looks really cool. The weapon itself does split into 2 parts, as you can see, and then they just combine right back up. I wish he did come with another weapon, but this lance is very cool. But it would be nice if he had a gun. Just saying. The unit's lance does come apart very easily, so you can pull it apart like this, and then the tips also come off as well. And you're left with very large, stabby things. The only other issue I have with this figure is the shoulders. They have a tendency to pop off way too easily. You just turn them, and they slide right off. And that is an issue with a lot of the joints on this thing. They have a tendency to just pop right off. But, that being said, he still looks really cool, and when you don't have the wings on, he can pose very easily. The other issue is with the feet. I mean, they just move way too loosely and way too easily. Oh well, I have a stand. That removes all of my issues posability-wise, pretty much. As I said earlier, this figure does transform, and the transformation is pretty easy, but it does require some part swapping. The first thing we're going to do is actually remove the arms. Now, I don't like having to remove parts, but there's really nothing you could do here. Now, remember these white bits that we were talking about on the back of the stand? Well, we'll just pull those off the stand and attach the arm bits for storage. And we'll put that off to the side. And these guys slide right onto the elbow joints. And then what we'll do is attach the wings, and they just slide right into these little pegs holes in the back. And we're ready to go. First thing we are going to do is take the arms, put the shoulders like that, put the shoulders like they normally would be, put the arms straight down, and fold the forearms up into the body like this. Then take the head and fold it straight back. Then we'll take the rear section here, which are the wings, and rotate them so that these bits that are hanging off are pointing directly to the back of the head, and then fold everything forward, and then combine these wing sections, or these fuselage sections up, so they form a nose cone. Next, we'll come to the legs and take the feet and rotate them, or the front of the feet, and rotate them around 180. Take the front shins, which are these yellow pieces, and fold them forward until they touch the bottoms of the feet. Then take the lower leg and pull them out just a little bit, just enough to fold them up into the body, like this. And do that again on the other side. And don't worry if the side skirts fall off. The ball joints on these side skirts are so shallow that I'm surprised they can even stay pegged in at all. There we go. And then we take the wings and fold them out. And here we have probably one of the silliest flight modes I have ever seen. Now, how do you pose this? Well, that's where the stand comes in, because there's this other part here on the back. What we do is we pull this bit up, turn it around, and plop it down, and then this section sticking out will actually peg into the rear of the jet mode. And there we have the jet mode. Now, as I said, this is probably the silliest jet mode I've ever seen, which is accurate. This is a terrible jet mode. I mean, this is just stupid. I mean, look at all that junk on the bottom. I mean, that's about as aerodynamic as, well, let's just say it's not. Now, I did forget to fold the shoulders down, but you have to be careful with the shoulders. So, there, we got the shoulders folded down, and it's a little bit more aerodynamic now. Now, one thing I did not do is I did not take a paintbrush and paint red inside of the thrusters. I really should do that, because that will probably add something nice to the overall look. But overall, I like this figure, even though the jet mode is a little bit weird. And just trying to get these stupid fists to stay in place is a little bit of a challenge as well. Another bit that has a tendency to fall off is the whole back assembly, especially the wing. The wing just pops off its ball joint very easily. Both a blessing and a curse of polycap joints. Overall, LBX Odin is a fine figure, and it's nice to get a hold of something different for a change. Now, Bandai is going to be releasing the LBX line here in the United States probably towards the end of the year. They're also going to be releasing the show as well, and I'm looking forward to getting a hold of these guys in the US to see what the difference is going to be. I really like this thing. I really like the LBX line too, just based on this one figure. Now, I have already ordered a second set of figures, and I'm really looking forward to getting a hold of them and building them. This figure in particular only took about 2 hours, and maybe 2.5 hours total to build and sticker, and that is significantly less than several Gundam figures that I have had and I have built in the past. So as I said, I'm really looking forward to getting more of these. There are a few little issues that I have with this particular mold, which I've already explained, but the overall look and having the stand mitigate those issues completely for me. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Come, you giant hand!
Alright, cadets, today we are going to be checking out your plane modes. Just want to make sure that all of you are flight-worthy. So line up! Alright, Spinner, it needs a little work. You're almost there. Good effort, Air Raid. That's gonna make landing a little bit difficult, but I see what you're going for. Excellent as always, Starscream. Odin, what are... But... You're from the Gundam School of Transformation, aren't you?
Hai, Tata-sama.
Jeez. Alright, kid, come here. We need to break out the Aerodynamics 101 books again. Oh, man, I hate my life sometimes.